Liberty may be endangered by the abuse of liberty, but also by the abuse of power. The truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. If tyranny and oppression come to this land, it will be in the guise of fighting a foreign enemy. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance, and a people who mean to be their own governors must arm themselves with the power which knowledge gives. If men were angels, no government would be necessary. The advancement and diffusion of knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty. Philosophy is common sense with big words. There are more instances of the abridgment of the freedom of the people by gradual and silent encroachments of those in power than by violent and sudden usurpations. A sincere and steadfast cooperation in promoting such a reconstruction of our political system as would provide for the permanent liberty and happiness of the United States. A man has a property in his opinions and the free communication of them. America was indebted to immigration for her settlement and prosperity. That part of America which had encouraged them most had advanced most rapidly in population, agriculture, and the arts. It will be of little avail to the people that the laws are made by men of their own choice if the laws be so voluminous that they cannot be read or so incoherent that they cannot be understood. The people are the only legitimate fountain of power, and it is from them that the constitutional charter under which the several branches of government hold their power is derived. No nation could preserve its freedom in the midst of continual warfare. In republics, the great danger is that the majority may not sufficiently respect the rights of the minority. A well-regulated militia, composed of the body of the people, trained in arms, is the best, most natural defense of a free country. As long as the reason of man continues fallible, and he is at liberty to exercise it, different opinions will be formed. Wherever there is interest and power to do wrong, wrong will generally be done. Whenever a youth is ascertained to possess talents, meriting an education which his parents cannot afford, he should be carried forward at the public expense. Let me recommend the best medicine in the world, a long journey, at a mild season, through a pleasant country in easy stages. The essence of government is power, and power, lodged as it must be in human hands, will ever be liable to abuse. The class of citizens who provide at once their own food and their own raiment may be viewed as the most truly independent and happy. The circulation of confidence is better than the circulation of money. The rights of persons and the rights of property are the objects for the protection of which government was instituted. A well-instructed people alone can be permanently a free people. We are right to take alarm at the first experiment upon our liberties. It is a universal truth that the loss of liberty at home is to be charged to the provisions against danger, real or pretended, from abroad. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. What is government itself but the greatest of all reflections on human nature? All men having power ought to be distrusted to a certain degree. The means of defense against foreign danger historically have become the instruments of tyranny at home. Where an excess of power prevails, property of no sort is duly respected. No man is safe in his opinions, his person, his faculties, or his possessions. Each generation should be made to bear the burden of its own wars, instead of carrying them on at the expense of other generations. Religion flourishes in greater purity without than with the aid of government. War contains so much folly, as well as wickedness, that much is to be hoped from the progress of reason. Of all the enemies of public liberty, war is perhaps the most to be dreaded, because it comprises and develops the germ of every other. The above are the life wisdom quotes for this episode. Which quote is your favorite? please leave a comment to tell us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you next time.